Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. Welcome or welcome back. So we are already in fall, so what I'm deciding here to do is harvest the blooms from these Coleus. You can actually get the seeds or in the seed heads over here. So we're gonna harvest the blooms and then I'm gonna leave them to dry out. Here's a bee. I'm gonna leave them to dry out and then show you how you can get the seeds from right here. The seeds are in here, okay? Just look at nature. It's beautiful, bee. It's sucking. Anyways, let's go ahead and let me show you how I harvest the seeds from these Coleus, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull these up because they're annuals in my area. I garden in zone 6B. So I'm gonna do some propagation also, so that way I could have more Coleus for next year. However, today we're just gonna focus and removing the stalk here and getting the seeds from here, okay? So let's start over here so we can allow, oh, we have another bee over here too. I don't wanna disturb them. So let's start on this end. So all you simply do is just pull these off, and I have this little container here, my garden container. I'm just gonna throw them in here. This one is the same as the other one we just did. So what I'm gonna do is keep the same colors, flower heads, keep them together and not mix them up. I mean, nothing wrong if you mix it up. I'm just gonna experiment and keep it separate from each other. So once again, you just simply pick off the flowers like here. Just pick them off. So this is what it's looking like. You can tell fall is in the air. Alright, so here's another container on this end. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Look how the leaves look droopy already. So we're in the back, so here's another beautiful Coleus. Look at the combination of colors. Oh, I hate to see this die off. But I'm gonna propagate some from each colors I have and take them inside. But we're just gonna go and we're just gonna go in here and we're gonna pick this off to get the seeds from in there. Probably should use a scissors or something, but that's okay. Here it is. And you know what? I'm just gonna combine all of them. So if we get all different colors, the more colors, the better. And then over here, we have more Coleus here. You can actually see they're getting ready to retire. It's fall, it's getting cold, the temperature is dropping. So they're only here just as annuals, not perennials. So I'm just gonna pick these guys off. And if you can see here, you can actually see there's a difference. If I decide to, when I go in, I could actually separate these from these, because this is one color and these are the other color. So for the next planting season, make sure you plant some Coleus in your garden. If you don't have these in your garden and you buy them every year, you can do what we're doing here. Just harvest the heads, dry the seeds out, and use it from seeding from scratch. If you don't want to go through all of that, you can simply go to the dollar store had Coleus, and Walmart had Coleus packets, and other garden centers you can actually find Coleus. You can actually get the seeds, or if you have this, you can experiment and you can harvest. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave these to dry out. I'm gonna put them in the garage and just leave them there, and all this is gonna die off, and then you'll see the seeds to the bottom. Do you remember I did a video, I think a couple of months ago, where I did some propagation and I planted them in this planter? Let me give you an update so you can actually see what it's looking like. So this is that planter when I propagated the Coleus. Look at it, it's beautiful. So I'm gonna make sure I have a clipping of each type of Coleus I have before I actually get rid of them, because as I said before, they're annuals in my zone 6B, so they're just gonna die off. But look how beautiful this is. So I'm gonna go right in here And I'm gonna pick this guy, and then we're gonna dry this out also. So this is gonna go in our batch here. And we could pick some of these ones too. I just love the different colors that Coleus comes in. They're just beautiful. They give you color in the garden without actually having like a flowers with blooms. So that's what I love about Coleus. But this is how the pot looks. Look at it. Look how beautiful and lush the Coleus looks. Beautiful. And this was all done from just propagating it. So I can leave that video in the description below for you. Alright friends, let's fast forward. It's been 3 weeks since I've had these Coleus heads drying out, and look at them. I'm gonna show you how to get the seeds. So all these really fine tiny dots at the bottom, these are your Coleus seeds. Coleus has very tiny seeds. So let me see if okay, here you go. So this is a Coleus seed here. It reminds me of a poppy seed. Very tiny. So I'm gonna put these in this brown bag here and then shake them. Shake. So here we go. So there's all different ways you can harvest the seeds from Coleus, but this is my way. This is how I've done it before, and it has worked for me. So after I shook the bag, the seeds fell out, and then you do have some extra stuff here that you don't need. This is like the petals from the blooms. So I'm gonna show you how to get these tiny seeds out of here. Alrighty, so this is not gonna be a perfect way, but it's just a way you can get your seeds out. You need a plate, any paper plate, preferably something white, and I got a strainer here. So what I did, bear with me, I'm using my hand. I put some of this in here and I gently shake this. The seeds are very tiny that it would fall through my strainer, so make sure strainer has that tiny hole where the seeds would fall through for you. And I just shake this and the seeds fall through, and then it left me with all this stuff I don't need. So all I do here, I sift it like that, and then what's left in here I just discard of it, and I get my tweezer and I look closely for any seeds. So for example, here's a seed right here, and I get the seed and then I put it in a container. So you just keep doing this, and whenever you do this, please make sure you're not where it's windy. I'm outside, but I'm actually gauging the wind so you can actually see clearly, but make sure you don't do it where it's windy, otherwise you know what's gonna happen. And make sure you have good lighting. So I went ahead and I did this already, and I'm going to show you the seeds I harvested from doing this. So here are what I harvested so far. So as I said before, you just need to get a tweezer, and then you just use a tweezer to help you get the seeds off. Okay, so I have this in a cupcake shell so that way I could kind of make sure the wind doesn't blow it away. But this is how I harvest the seeds. So when I go inside, I'm gonna put them in an envelope, so I have them ready for, I probably say later in December or January I will start these seeds from inside, so I can have little seedlings to bring out my Coleus for spring planting season. Anyways, but this is how I do it. You just simply need a plate, a paper plate, make sure it's white so you can actually see the seed, and you need your strainer here. You can probably get one of these from the dollar store if you don't have one. It doesn't cost that much. And a cupcake shell, so I can actually use right here as a lip, and I can put it in an envelope. So this is how I get my Coleus seeds from my flower head. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and click the like button. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one, and remember to take care of yourselves. Until next time, cheers.